See, I have this philosophy. If you don't ASK, you're not going to GET. What is the worst thing that can happen? Someone says no. Well, how about in building your businesses? See, I know there's been times when you might have asked for a referral or you've gone in to develop a new piece of business and you said, I don't think they're going to go for it. We've got competitors out there. Why should they pick us? And you asked and they said, sure. And you almost fell off your chair. See, I always say, if you don't ask, what's the difference? You're in the same spot you were 30 seconds before. If they say yes, you've just gone to the next level. Transform, optimize, and accelerate if you want to be successful. In 1995, I was approached by the St. Louis Rams of the National Football League and the St. Louis Ambush to be the team physician. For the next 5 years, we worked on their brains and we worked on their bodies. We brought them from worst to first. And the plan was simple. We taught them to transform their thinking, optimize their assets, and accelerate their connectivity. Accelerate the speed at which they executed. 5 years later, the St. Louis Rams became the Super Bowl champions of the National Football League, the world champions. In addition, so did the St. Louis Ambush, because they put a simple plan in place that both you and I can put in place and achieve everything we want out of our lives if we just transform, optimize, and accelerate. Transform our thinking, optimize our assets, and accelerate our connectivity. Our businesses and lives will grow and flourish. And that's all you need to do.
Dr. Rick Goodman is a speaker, author, and serial entrepreneur who has delivered over 1,000 presentations throughout the world, in addition to creating several multi-million-dollar businesses. Dr. Rick is passionate about sharing his proven success systems on leadership, engagement, and business growth. Please welcome Dr. Rick Goodman.
I like to ask a lot of people questions. I'm an undercover guy. I'll call phones. Some of you have submitted some questionnaires to me. But one thing that I have noticed around here is there's a lot of working fors and not a lot of working withs. See, what I taught doctors around the world is just get your right people the right way, and guess what? They will refer. And you know how much that costs? Zero. Because people do business with people who they like or like them. You will go buy a product from a friend of yours, even if it costs you a couple dollars more than go to a local discount place. How many of you have ever had one of those patients? You walk in, it's like one of those difficult patients, like, oh my God, Sally Jones is here. Let's run. We've all had that happen. But in our power, with our attitude, the things that we can do to overcome issues with patients, with insurance, this is one of the best times in the world, frankly. And you have to understand that every single person in this room wants three things. And if you understand the three things that every single one of you in this room wants, the sky is the limit. You will be the most successful person on the planet. Everybody wants three things. They want love, appreciation, and respect. They need it like the food they eat, the air they breathe, and the water they drink. You give people love, appreciation, and respect, they will give you everything that you ever want. They will give you money, they will give you things, they will give you love back. And if you don't give them those three things, you will get Mr. Zero. I was going to make a big dinner for my wife. I went out, I got a couple dozen roses. I was all excited about the night, and I had the roses. She usually would come in through the garage, and she'd open up the garage door, and boom, there were the roses right there. So what did I want to get, guys? I wanted to get the, what a great husband I have, right? That's what I was looking for. Here's the problem. She didn't read my script. This was my movie in my head. How many people have not read your script? Well, she walked in the house, and she was on the phone with my sister-in-law. And she's on the phone, and she's talking, and she walks right by the flowers. And she's talking, and she goes in the bedroom. And she's talking, and all of a sudden, she turns around, she sees the flowers, and she goes, I got to get off the phone.